Coming up on First at 4, the world continues to work through the troubles of a worldwide cyber outage. A look at the cause and the fallout. And the lieutenant governor made her way to the mountains today, and she brought more than $1 million with her. How the money will help one community.
A Canadian air mass has brought cooler temperatures to eastern Kentucky and some possible drought relief. I'll have some more in a couple minutes.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a major technology outage has snarled operations at companies around the world, impacting everything from airlines to hospitals. The cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says the outage is related to Microsoft cloud-based services and was not caused by a security incident or cyber attack. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
At New York's LaGuardia Airport.
So if you're here and you're going on the 3290 to Atlanta, make your way to the gate.
Airlines used megaphones to inform travelers about departing flights after the arrivals and departures boards went black.
It looks like a scene from Gladiator. There's just a million people around, and it's kind of overwhelming, but, you know, we're taking it in stride.
The cyber outage left airlines around the world without access to check-in and boarding services, resulting in thousands of canceled or delayed flights.
We're on standby, so we're just waiting.
The cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says the outage was caused by a faulty update to computers running Microsoft Windows.
We identified this very quickly and rolled back this particular content file. Obviously, many organizations are impacted.
Planes are gradually getting off the ground, but the FAA warns flights across the country could be impacted through the weekend.
We are in an unprecedented situation.
Some government operations, healthcare facilities, and small businesses were also impacted. But the New York Stock Exchange opened without a hitch.
This is one of the first times that we can almost celebrate that this was not a threat actor. This wasn't somebody who hacked CrowdStrike. This isn't your computer getting hacked. This is an engineering mistake.
And despite a delay in their travel plans,
we made friends in there, a whole group of friends. We're all different places, flying on different airlines.
These travelers stuck in Las Vegas are making the most of their situation. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Of course, it affected TV stations, including WYMT, and I'm glad everything is pretty much back to normal here, but I understand it's not in other places. Now, the president has been briefed on the CrowdStrike outage, and his team is in touch with CrowdStrike and impacted entities. The White House says his team is engaged across the interagency to get sector-by-sector updates throughout the day and is standing by to provide assistance as needed.
After we had a cold front move through Wednesday evening, bringing us some rain and some cooler temperatures associated with the air from up north, it's put us at average. Average is nice. Looking at Buffalo Mountain right now, just a few fluffy clouds out in the sky, staying pretty cool out there. If cool is mid 80s for you, this is below average. Our magic number is 85. Hazard and Jackson both sitting at 82. Going out to the Cumberland River Valley, 82 in Somerset, 83 in Monticello. And Pikeville and Prestonsburg in the Big Sandy sitting at 83 and 86. We are hoping for some rain coming up, though, because we do have some significant drought ongoing. It is now moderate in some places in our viewing area. All of our Virginia counties, Buchanan, Dickinson, Wise, Lee, you guys are all under that moderate drought. And we do have some chances at rain upcoming, and I'll have for that in a few minutes. But going into our hourly look, that's what we got over the next couple hours. By the time we get to 8 p.m., getting home, sitting at 78 degrees, a good night to go out on the porch. And by the time you wake up, sitting around 70 degrees. Steve?
All right, I'm definitely liking the cooler temperatures, Drake. Thank you. With the Republican National Convention now behind us, Republicans who attended, including some delegates from Kentucky, are already looking ahead. WYMT Washington correspondent Stetson Miller has more from the RNC.
From here on the floor of the RNC, with the convention now over and done, the delegates say they're focusing on sending former President Trump back to the White House with very distinct priorities.
And we're looking forward to getting this country back.
The delegates here at the Republican National Convention officially made former President Trump the party's candidate for the 2024 election this week. Now the party's focus shifts to the general election, with talks about the issues they think America faces. The delegates from the convention say there are many.
I think we're in dire need of having a very strong defense for our country, our borders.
We want affordable housing, we want lower prices, we want school choice.
Getting our country and our state within the reach of the American dream.
The delegates firmly believing that Trump is the person to solve many of their concerns, from housing costs to the border and America's defense.
We're going to, I think, bring some stability back to that country. President Trump is going to institute some of the policy as before that will bring some of these prices down.
You know, his first 4 years were tremendous for this country. So whatever you can say about him, like him or dislike him, he was a great president, and I think he's going to restore some good things for the country.
With an official nominee, the delegates are now looking forward.
Just proud to be here, proud of President Trump, and let's go on to November.
From the floor of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, I'm Stetson Miller.
Well, here in Eastern Kentucky, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman made some stops in Letcher County today. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us what Coleman and other leaders were celebrating.
The Lieutenant Governor began her tour in Letcher County at the Water and Sewer District. Coleman presented a check for more than $1 million going toward water infrastructure. She then stopped at Kane Kitchen to celebrate housing nonprofit Homes Incorporated for its 40th anniversary. Coleman says it is important for state leaders to visit communities across the Commonwealth.
We really pride ourselves on showing up, certainly in the aftermath of disasters like we've seen here, but also through the process of rebuilding. The governor and I have always said we will be here until every home and every life is rebuilt.
Leaders also celebrated the completion of a new home in Letcher County for a flood survivor. The Lieutenant Governor also said she will be returning to Letcher County on July 28th for the 2-year anniversary of the flood. In Letcher County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
And coming up at 6, we'll hear how the water grant will impact infrastructure and hear from the flood survivor about getting her new home. Coming up on First at 4, are you cooling off in the pool this summer? Well, what you need to know to protect your hair and skin.
Yeah, we'll see how long that these cooler temperatures stick around and how much rain we could possibly get this weekend. I'll have that for you in a few minutes. Stick with us.